All right, so this is my 3S Granite, which I have installed metal diffs. I have beefed up the tires. I took them all apart. I shoe glued them with drywall tape, all that good stuff. So they stay together pretty well now. Um, the weak part is the drive shafts, and I mistakenly thought that I could buy the 4S ones from Jenny's and just replace the end. I knew I was going to have to cut some down from the length. Ooh, so it moves now. Brakes really heavy. It's a heavier truck for sure with front and rear metal diffs. So let's jump it. You have to really watch the throttle because it's heavier now. And with those drive shafts, okay, so back to the 4S drive shafts. So I thought that I could just unscrew those 17 millimeter ones and just replace them with the ends from this car. Can't do it. The drive shafts, the drive shafts don't function the same way. Those drive shaft ends are the metal part that actually attaches to the wheel, and the hacks, they're glued in to the plastic. They don't have a screw like these ones do, and you can just keep replacing the bent ends. With those, they count on those ends never bending, I guess. But you can't replace them. You have to replace the whole part of that drive shaft. It's two parts, and if something happens to the metal part, you just have to replace that whole thing. It doesn't unscrew. So I was SOL in upgrading those drive shafts. But did I send them back? No, I did not. Because I am bound and determined at this point to make this thing a more durable truck. So it's not bad, but those little slider CVDs were not meant to put up with that sort of weight and punishment. And if you're throttling at the wrong time, like on a landing, then you have a lot of potential of throwing those drive shaft, those pins right out of place. One bad landing took two of mine out at the same time. One landing. And that was within 5 minutes of getting to the park. I had not tested it, and that was my first test, and that happened. And I had a van full of cars, so I wasn't worried about fixing it at the time. But it was sort of expected, but a little disheartening. So back to my story. The 4S Quest. I went back onto Jenny's. What I did was I ordered the crate and A-arms, the steering knuckles at the end, because you need that too, and the turnbuckles. It's gonna make my Granite wider, but I'm pretty sure that I can make my own hole if I have to, because I know that these shocks are not the right length. Now I might be able to pull ones. I have ones from I think the Senton and the Typhon possibly have longer shocks. I know the Big Rock does, but I don't have that car. But anyway, I'm gonna pick through my shocks, and if I find ones that are appropriate, then I'll use them. I might have to use 8 scale shocks. I thought I had some ZD1 the racing ones kicking around. I'm glad I put these little humps in my yard. Yeah, you gotta mow around them, but oh. So the Granite, it really sticks to the ground better with the added weight. There's gonna be so much grass in this thing. Oh, I don't have a skirt on it yet. And all these clippings are gonna be in there. It gets full. That thing is much better now than it was when I first laid that dirt down. The rain and everything has kind of leveled it out and made it the grade a little bit better. Ooh, just skimmed it. My fanny pack's falling off. Let me do a quick pass. These two jumps are too close together or too far apart. My plan was to hit it good enough to come down the other side of the other one. And sometimes that works, depending on how fast you're going and what car you're using. That's a good jump right there. That didn't used to be my favorite, now it is. So many clippings. I gotta rake this yard. Alright. Still got the original servo in this. I have one on standby, but I also have 2 cars with Spectrum servos. So we'll see how that goes. I don't know if I want to quite retire my other Granite. It's good to have a standby. I mean, oh boy, when those arms come in, they're gonna make it wider, and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to use these shocks anymore. I hope so. I mean, I know I can screw them into those plastic arms anywhere, but are they gonna be able to put up with all that weight? At least the wheels in that are below it. They're below the spring point. Oh, the neighbor's got some thick stuff. Yeah. Foolish. I wanna get a nice rip on that. Yeah, it's a little bouncy with the weight. But let me show you these tires real quick. Show you how they behave after doing them up. See, they don't balloon out. They flatten out, so it actually makes it better for high speeds. After you got to go in full speed, they look more like vortex tires when they're all flared out like that. That's because on the sidewalls on the inside, I didn't do much except put a layer of shugu, but on the tread part on the inside, I put a layer of shoe glue along with a layer of thread tape, but the shower thread tape, masonry thread tape, use that stuff. It's gray. Makes better contact, and it's a lot tougher. All right, well, man, I've had almost a full battery out here. I know this puts the motor to the test, but those Spectrum motors are pretty good. Ooh, got myself all leveled out. Yeah. So, I don't know. I am going to give the old... Yeah, see, on level ground, I took it to the park, and there's a lot bigger jumps there, and that's what... You know, I was taking 4 or 5 foot landings, and if I landed squarely, then it was game over, and that's what happened. But, as you can see, it's pretty good on this sort of, you know, I haven't got it in the dirt yet. I can't wait to do that. Tomorrow I'm going out with Stu to the park, and I'm going to focus on the track and things like that. Those big cars are kind of big for the spacing of those jumps. And I just haven't had a car, you know, the Senton sticks pretty good to the track. Those tires are great, and I can't wait to try this in its current form. I just didn't make it there. I didn't get that opportunity. I tried the wrong thing first. But anyway, I've got those 4S drive shafts. That was close. That's a little thing you can do a backflip on. I didn't mean to have that happen. I just set my broken ramp up against there. I wanted to salvage that piece of plywood, and it just curled up like that. I came out one day and I was like, hey, I'm not going to do it with this because it's kind of heavy. And I don't want to break my new body. So yeah, I put the those skid guards on there. I put those on there. And this body is heavily reinforced with shoe glue and thread tape and all sorts of goodies. Those pins barely fit in those holes. Ooh. So yeah, pretty impressed. Stock Spectrum has stayed going for 2 runs. Stock Spectrum servo, that is. The rest of their gear is pretty good. So yeah, my brushless is on standby for whichever goes first. My my 6S Typhon or this one. But honestly, this one is the one I pulled out of the Creighton and put in the brushless. So this is a 6S servo in this right now. I pulled out that 3S servo. That's right. Forgot about that. So I knew I was going to need a little more punch. There's my cat. She has a little experience with the smaller cars. I've run them in the room before when she's around. See what she does. Yeah, so it is pretty badass, and I'll keep you updated on those drive shaft situations. Maybe I'll just wind up returning the whole lot, but they don't want you to have installed them at all. So if there's any like evidence that I've, you know, set it up and decided against it without even running it, you know, that'd be the only way that I would try to return stuff. But Um, I don't know. I'm into it this far, and the last order was $100. So it gave me $6 off shipping. I ordered the Creighton tires as well, or yeah, the Creighton or yeah, or the Outcast. Not sure which ones. I think the Outcast. I hope so, but not sure. I don't even. Oh, sweetheart! I almost killed her. My cat's name is Oatmeal, after my favorite food. I know it's kind of pathetic and sad, but God, I just love it. I put all sorts of stuff in it. This battery's about spent, I gotta say. Oh, go, 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 go. All right, let's, I want to show you this body. The pins are gonna be kind of hard to pull out of here. Oh, this body is wreck-free so far. I had to cut it down a little bit to get it closer, because I have these pins down as far as they will go. Yeah, check out all that grass. Look at that. That is the extent that I've gone to preserve this body. I still want to put something here, and it can be anything. I have these skid rails, skateboard. They're nylon, and they're really tough and slick. They're hard to cut. Oh, come on now, get on there. Anywho, eventually I'll get my skirt on there, and I'll stop getting loads of grass in there. Oh, let me get that. I got some passengers and my fans, but as I suspected, it's warm, but not too hot. This gear, this setup is perfect for this, these 3S cars. Anyway, guys, I'll let you know when I change that out, and all about the drive shafts. We'll see. Take it easy.